Okay.
Samsonite lol at you gotta fill it up with gas.
Yeah, our gas tank ran out. If anyone has these, I see you're all coming back. Sorry about that. It's very weird. I switched this to a new streaming service, just side note, and it must be something with my computer or my Zoom because um, always at a certain point, my last few streams, it didn't happen before, but at a certain point, my stream cuts off. So I'm really sorry about that, and I'm gonna try to figure that out for um, my next stream. So I apologize. But anyways, I think we were just
So
talking about the
so
apartments.
imagine this for apartments in CV. Apartment buildings, they're free, but when you click sign up, you get your 10 by 10 box to put up your NFT art, but it's single instance. So basically, if I give you the link to visit it and you visit it and I'm there at the same time, we don't see each other. It's literally like it's literally just like a wall to put up your NFT art. And that way that would give people the experience of building a CV and experiencing it. And if you're an artist who just is brand new, you're just trying to build up a following, you could have an art to display and and link to it on like your blog or Twitter. But then as soon as you want to start experiencing more than just a 10 by 10, you want to experience multiplayer, that's when you have to go into Origin City and either rent land with money or buy land. And those
Yeah.
apartment buildings, like they would just be boxes. Like you don't even see the outside. Like you go into them and then you just see the indoors of it. Maybe they're even ad supported. So maybe you get a free box and one wall is like displaying an Axis Infinity or like a Marvel Cards ad because that they're the ones sponsoring it.
I
So
love that. I love that idea. And not only that, maybe there's a time limit. Maybe you only can have an apartment for
there you
three
go. There you
months.
go.
Like
Yeah, there
who
you go.
who knows? And like sure, maybe someone could hop back in, make another account and get an apartment again. Go for it, but your build might not, still be there and you have to
There you
rebuild.
go.
But I
Yeah.
think that's even okay. Like that if the apartments are being filled and they're still cool to check out and hang out. But I love that idea. Um, I think, I mean, I'm excited to have, I think I've been on the stream in a couple weeks, and I'll definitely bring up
Nice.
that idea because I think that's an amazing one, and you should definitely mention it to him. But that feels more like what apartments are supposed to be
Yeah.
and what they were like going to be from the start. So I would love to see that for
Sure. Yeah.
sure.
I
Um,
think yeah, it's gonna be interesting regardless. But yeah, I think that would be a maybe a more better approach for that. Anyway, yeah, CB is
yeah.
still awesome. I mean, the
Oh, yeah.
meetups the meetups are just epic now. Like, okay, today there was a bug, some sort of crash, but like typically like the whip meetups from
Mm-hmm.
Matthew and Token Support Run, those are
Mm-hmm.
like they get like 70 people.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and last Friday the Crypto Voxel party that at the Voxel Hotel was
That was
pretty epic.
epic. That was so
Yeah.
awesome. I mean,
Um,
what if Basilius is still in the chat? You like, thank you for renting that out and putting your art up because it was beautiful. Saw some acing stuff in there too, and the a
yeah.
lot of money is just so talented with everything he does.
Yeah. I remember, and also they're using that boombox feature, right? You could like project audio
Hmm.
for everyone. And I remember I walked into the hotel, started walking to the doors, and it was quiet. And then suddenly the music came
Yeah.
on and hit me. And I had the same experience. I had the same feeling you do as when you first walk into a crowded venue in real life. Like
Yeah.
there literally was a moment where I was like, oh my God, like I'm walking into like a big crowded space. And so I was like, wow, that's the fact that you could achieve that through crypto voxels.
Totally.
Like, oh, this yeah, it was great.
And I think Ben is working on having audio for different levels, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice,
So you
nice.
can like have different music on different floors, which would be pretty awesome. Easy and Crypto Voxel
Nice.
Hotel is amazing. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Um, and by the way, I think we're gonna just, if you want, we can hop into CV after this if anyone wants to chat just for a little bit. I think that is awesome. If anyone in the comments has more questions for Conlan, please ask them now. And then at the end, and if anyone doesn't have questions, I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions with you, which are really easy and
Okay.
just kind of fun. I don't know if you've heard
Sure.
them. They a lot of them have nothing to do with NFTs or crypto. Um, so
Okay.
we'll just see if any questions come in for a second from the audience, and then if not, I will do the. I think everyone can still see us. I hope. Oh yeah, sweet. Sorry, my screen froze for a second. But let me pull up these questions just in case. And do you have anything that you
Sure.
want to like? Oh, well, also while in case they do have questions, do you want to tell everyone about the Discord you guys have, how they can find out more about everything?
Yeah, so I would recommend if you have any questions or you want to, or you're an artist, you're a collector, you want to learn more about it, go to the website async.art. And then also, if you go to our website or Twitter, twitter.com/asyncart, ASYNC art, ART. Basically, get into our Discord, ask questions, happy to answer them. If you're an artist, it'd be great for you to apply. Like, we apologize that we can't bring everyone on board, but we will eventually get to you. So just definitely start thinking about it. Um, yeah, I think that's just the best ways. And then just ask questions. Like, this is definitely, we're trying to make it into a movement. So if you start thinking about what you want to do with your piece, even if you're not accepted yet, happy to talk about, answer questions about, oh, well, think about it like this way, or that would make it easier. So
No, I think that's
yeah,
all great, and the conversation over on Async is always great, and just participating, even if you're not purchasing any art over there, like even the voice streams that you guys do with some of the
mm,
artists are very cool. Just hearing the behind the scenes on the particular piece, but their work in general is really nice. So you guys should definitely join the Discord if you're not already. Thanks for linking that, Bread Breaker. Okay,
awesome.
awesome. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
They're really easy. Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Ethereum,
Go back 1 year or forward 1 year?
forward 1 year.
Last NFT or physical art piece that you purchased?
Uh, oh, I bought a piece on Maker's Place. Miko. I don't know, remember his last name, but he's an artist named Miko.
Okay,
It's a devil character.
awesome. Morning person or night owl?
Definitely Night Owl.
Okay, same. Cats or dogs?
Oh, that's honestly, it goes back and forth.
Do you have both?
I don't have both, but I enjoy both. I guess maybe dog if I had to, but I go back and forth. I really like cats too.
Okay. Um, Decentraland, Cryptovoxels, or Somnium Space?
I gotta go CV.
Figured. Window or aisle seat?
Oh, yeah, aisle. I'm
Okay.
tall, so I need the leg room.
Yeah, you're the I. Coldie last night was the first person on the stream to say aisle, because
Uh-huh.
everyone said window, but now you're the second. Someone in the past or present in crypto that you'd like to meet.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to meet Vitalik. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Or Andreas. I did meet Andreas Antonopoulos once.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the Bay Area and gave a talk, so I do have a photo with him.
Sweet.
But it would be cool to meet him more.
Like have a
Talk more
lunch
about.
with him or something.
Yeah, yeah, not just like a hey, take a photo now.
Yeah,
Move on.
he's
But
really
yeah,
great.
yeah, he's incredible. I mean, every talk that he's done has been mind blowing. The Internet of Money, all those volumes, he keeps updating it. They're like free. All
Yeah.
his books he puts up for free on GitHub. If you join his Patreon, like he donates like mastering Ethereum and Bitcoin to like high schools. Like that dude is like
He
he's really just yeah.
and he's so genuine to his core and to his
Yes.
self, which I love, and you can tell that like he oozes that with everything he says and everything he does, like he backs it up. And I've also
Yeah.
had the pleasure of being able to see him live and speak,
Yeah.
and like he even said, people always ask me, do I regret giving away, so much Bitcoin that I gave away in the very early days? And he's like,
Mm.
no, I never regret that. Like it opened up so many doors for other people. So I mean, he's just a genuine person.
Yeah.
Vitalik, he's as alienish as you would imagine in person. But
Oh,
he's
okay.
awesome. I didn't like chat with him, but I met him briefly, and he's
Okay.
a funny character.
Nice.
Um, Favorite food?
Um, Thai food.
Texting or calling?
Texting.
Texting, you said?
Yeah, texting.
Uh, would you want to live forever?
No, I think that's a curse.
Okay,
I
interesting.
think anything will get boring. Like even if you have everything you ever wanted, and eventually eternity is so long, basically, because take the most fun thing you're doing, and be like, oh, I'm going to do this for a trillion more years, and then of that, a trillion to the power of a trillion to the power of a trillion more years, you're going to go insane. So eventually, you want to be able to pull the plug and just and be
If
done.
you could live like 2 more lifetimes in VR, would you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I would love the ability to live 100 more years or 200 more years for sure. But I always want the ability to be like,
There's a
okay,
cutoff.
not, yeah, there's a
Time to
cutoff.
go to bed. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, describe the NFT space. Oh, someone told me how to say this better last night. I'm gonna say it and we'll see how you answer. Describe the NFT space in 3 words.
Uh, who am I describing it to? I guess is that a cop out? Like, if I'm
Hmm.
describing to someone who's
Nobody's
completely
asked
new.
that.
Okay, so if I'm describing to someone completely new, I mean, NFTs are basically like digital beanie babies.
Okay.
Like that's basically that's the simplest way I could try to describe it to someone. They're beanie babies because they're all unique and they're collectible and people go crazy over them, but they're digital, if that makes sense. I wouldn't even say tokens. I would say digital beanie babies. Yeah.
Okay. It's funny. Noja is laughing at me because I um I struggle with asking that question because some people answer digital beanie babies. You were saying like 3 sequential words, like a sentence, and really in my
Uh,
head I meant like 3 adjectives. But then Coldy told me last night it's
uh,
not an adjective, so now I don't know what to say. And then Noshat said, describe it. Are 3 non-sequential words, which I don't think I'm gonna remember to say.
oh, oh, that's good.
Well, but
Okay,
I
so yeah,
like I
digital
like both.
digital beanie. Yeah,
I like both. It's
okay,
fine, but it's funny because last night we had a whole conversation about how I don't know how to say that, and then Coldy told me he's really good at grammar, but then he got something wrong. So, anyways, sweet. That was the wrapped up the rapid fire questions. I did see a question come in that I just want to ask to make sure
sure.
we answer it. Um,
Yeah.
Samsonite. I'm just scrolling up. Samsonite. Yeah, Samsonite said ETH is boss, but gas fees kind
Mm.
of suck. Are there any other blockchains? Sorry, my computer is being weird. Are there any other? There's a box blocking it. I think just blockchains that you're curious about or interested in.
Sure. I mean, so I think Bitcoin honestly is going to always be valuable. Like, just it does exactly what it's supposed to do. If you hold Bitcoin, you're using Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's always going to be, there. But honestly, Ethereum has such a head start in like developer and project mindshare. I mean, even, it's almost kind of like think about this. Like when Google came out, right? Google got so much momentum that even if another search engine came out and we're like, oh, we do search a little differently, or like, we technically have better search, or let's say Bing. At one point, Bing technically had better search results at one point. At that point, there's so many things built on top of it. You're already plugged in. You got your Gmail, you got your YouTube, you got your Google Sheets, all that stuff. You're just like Google, just like part of your de facto search. So that's kind of the way it is with Ethereum, in my opinion. Like, if you want to build something on Ethereum now, there's so many tools, so many libraries, so many like, and choose your language. Someone's built like a library, like a Web3 library to interact with Ethereum on it. Um, it's so much easier to hit the ground running. Second, not only can you hit the ground running and building it, but now there's a bunch of people who already use it, right? So, I mean, honestly, I don't really follow like Cosmos or Polkadot and stuff because, like, even if you go on those chains, your audience is so small. So even if they're superior, they can do things better, they can do things faster. It's so hard for them to get developers to build things on them. And also think about money invested in the space. Like Ethereum
Mm.
has so many startups invest with money, actual VC money behind it, building the things already there. And it's hard for them to shift over and be like, okay, we're going to now change our product to work on this chain. So I'm not going to say like, yeah, Ethereum is the most superior, but like it just has so much momentum going for it right now. It's almost too big to fail. On
Yeah.
top of DeFi, maybe it could. I honestly, I don't even know the circumstances under which it could fail. Like maybe if there's some like really bad exploit underneath DeFi, like DAI itself blew up, and like all of the projects on top of that blew up. Maybe and it poisoned it so much people walked away. But honestly, I think Ethereum has already won. It's kind of like technology. Like if you look at technology revolutions in the past, once a certain technology gets a certain threshold, it doesn't matter if people come in later and like do better. It's kind of like, well, that's the one we're using for the next decade or two.
Yeah, no, I think you made really, really good points. There were some people in the chat that said uh, very good points. Someone said it can. Oh, Basilius, that's a good point. A phrase can contain more information. He said that about my thing before. I agree. Um,
Hmm.
I love ETH, but it cannot compete long term with the much more functional and user friendly chains, Mr. NFT said. but he does agree with what you're saying. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's and I mean, I'm agnostic. Like, okay, if another chain comes along and that's getting steam, okay, then I'll be looking at that because ultimately the concept of blockchain that definitely is here. Like an immutable public ledger that anyone can write to, that has to be a public good. That's just like a utility. Like just like you have the internet, electricity, blockchain will just be something that's there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then we also had a question. Jamal said, "What do you think of counterparty NFTs?"
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Counterparty NFTs?
Yeah, sorry, counterparty, like early days on Bitcoin, like Rare Pepe stuff.
Oh, okay. So like early NFT projects like CryptoPunks and stuff.
Yeah, Counterparty was the platform that Counterparty still exists. It's NFTs like that are
Oh, before the
on,
standard?
yeah, they're on Bitcoin.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I think yeah, those always have value because especially as you get more people who understand blockchain and Bitcoin and Ethereum, people with money are going to come in and they're going to naturally be like, oh, I want to own like the first instance of something. So those will
Yeah.
have value, but um, I
Which
think
I
it's
feel
yeah,
like CryptoPunks has kind of become for, at least especially
definitely
recently, for the ETH community.
yeah.
Because starting to see CryptoPunks
Just
really
like
blow
if you
up.
go on eBay now, you know there are old game cartridges for an Atari or Commodore which go for a lot of money. There's Beanie Babies which are still like certain, but it's not all of them though. So that's one thing
Yeah,
to note is that not every Beanie Baby is worth money just because Beanie Baby was one of the first crazes, or
right.
not every Atari or Commodore 64 game is worth money. A select few will be worth a lot of money, and museums will go after them, etc. So that's something. That's just my personal opinion, but I mean
Totally.
that's something to keep in mind. So CryptoKitties, not every CryptoKitty will be valuable in
A
two
lot of them
decades.
probably won't be, but yeah.
Probably not, but some of them will be extremely valuable.
Yeah,
So.
totally. And thanks for the follow, Nerdcast. Sorry, and we had another question come in. Any comments, same tonight, any comments or concerns of ETH moving to POS, how this could affect the NFT space?
I think there's so much money put into NFTs and DeFi right now that like any solution that comes is going to have to work with no one's going to basically give up all of their holdings and investments to move on to ETH2, right? The cool part about this is it's all opt-in. If a new chain spins up and it's incompatible with our NFTs, then majority of us are not going to move on to it, and that chain just won't be the popular chain. This will be the one until a new one comes on that allows us to transfer it. So I think that's just the way it has to go.
Okay.
Just like if you fork Ethereum and if you don't get the miners to run your chain, your fork, then that's just not Ethereum anymore.
Yeah. And Mr. NFT said two things. Will Async ever consider pricing in DAI or other stablecoins? And then he also said, or she, or no, Mr. He, sorry. ETH 2.0 is great for everyone except the miners. Difficult to get them to agree.
Yeah. Um, I mean, and that okay. So for the two parts, I mean, again, I'm not super deep into mining and all that, but I imagine miners would eventually move on to other chains, which are still proof of work. Bitcoin will always be proof of work. I mean, for a while. I mean, if our foreseeable future, um, yeah, I think yeah, the miners will still make money with proof of work chains. Or they can run nodes, right? They can run staking nodes. They can basically put their money they have now in ETH, put a staking node, and do that. Their hardware will unfortunately be kind of useless, but at least they'll point to other chains to which they make money, like Coin, Bitcoin, etc. And what was the first question was? Oh, yeah, I think okay, it's not an immediate priority, but we do, yeah, we ultimately we want to make it so that if you're selling an art piece on async as an artist or a collector who owns it, you should be able to denote it in whatever currency you want, any ERC20. But they just won't just be around the corner, but long term that'll be the goal. So
Awesome.
people can make bids in whatever currency they want. Social currency would be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Awesome. That looks like all the questions that came in. And thank you guys for asking all of those awesome questions. I love like when everyone is just participating in that way. And there were some really great ones that came in. Um, everyone's talking about staking now. Fantastic. Looking forward to stable coin pricing on async.
Nice.
So let's wrap this up. I also no shot. Or do you guys know if links are working now for crypto voxels? I think it should. I don't know. There
Links?
was an issue earlier with
Oh,
links, but hopefully it's okay now. I think it should be fine
sure.
now. But if you, oh, it's fixed, sweet. So if you guys want to join us and haven't joined or been in Crypto Voxels before, you literally just have to click in a link and you are in Crypto Voxels, and you can chat in a chat box or you can voice chat by holding down V. But we're gonna hang out there just for a little bit and just kind of like catch up and shoot the shit if you want to join us. No Shot, if you would be awesome enough to post a link to the async, I think it's fitting to go into the async gallery
Oh,
on
cool.
in the Bitcoin Citadel. That would be sweet. And then I'll also post it on my Discord if you guys don't see it in here. And then we can all go hang out there.
Awesome. It
Thank
looks like
you.
someone has a question real
Oh
quick
yeah,
on
did I miss it?
electric disc. It's fine. I mean,
Oh, go for it.
yeah, electric disc. Do you have a question on this piece, this Muron background? Um, anyway, electric disc. Just get at us in our Discord,
Yeah,
or
or
come find us
if
on Twitter.
yeah, you can also ask it here if you have the UI UX async question on this piece.
Yeah, wasn't sure what the question you had, but yeah, just get at us on Twitter or Discord, and happy to answer the question there.
Sweet. Okay, well we'll see you guys over on CryptoVoxos if you want to join us. And I will post a link in my Discord and also async if you guys want to post a link in yours. And we'll see you over there. Thanks so much.
All right, see
All right,
y'all.
bye guys.